All right, so wonderful people, lovers of freedom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome back to Let's Talk TV, your one and only YouTube platform where they're giving a back-to-back update on how things they be, on how things they share for Biafra land and beyond. If you're joining us for the first time, remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications. So also remember to like and share this broadcast as it is hot. All right, my wonderful people, the latest one with the buzz brains at the moment. Yes, as you all know, say after the lockdown, yes, after the sit-at-home lockdown, it has been raining heavily, woto upon the zoo army and of course the zoo government thought that none of these things that the PMBRGIE Simon Ekpa would not be able to do. And now we have shown them shege, we have showed them the real deal, we have showed them that we would be able to do anything we want to do so long as this whole situation is concerned. Anything that concerns Biafra land, the southeast, yes, people are in support of every single thing we are doing at the moment, and they would make sure that we get to the end of it no matter what happens. And that is the truth of the matter. We are not a set of people that will be disintegrated by what this zoo government would want to do. We know as even at the moment the former Abba state, where a whole lot of things started taking place as they took revenge on everything that has been happening and decided to kidnap little children. My people, even as I'm talking to you right now, these people are going to collect the revenge. They are going to actually feel the revenge of every single thing that they've been doing against the Biafra government or the Biafrans. Innocent Biafrans has done absolutely nothing against them. They are going to feel the wrath of Biafrans, and that is the truth of the matter. Everything we've been doing has been to the end, to this particular extent where we want it to be. We've not done anything out of course. We've not done anything that has been unusual. Everything has been what we've always wanted to do. The PM, Simon Ekpa, has pushed our movement to the top of the floor. He has pushed our movement to the top of where it is at the moment. And if we are being very sincere with everything happening right now, it is a big progress. And these people do not understand that we are not stopping at any point in time. We are awaiting the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which we are pushing for till the end of time. We cannot do all this. We cannot do all this and leave our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The disintegration of this zoo country is something that is meant to happen. It has been said, it has been prophesied. In fact, every single thing that is happening right now has been said that it would surely take place, and it is going to happen. No matter the situation of things, no matter what these people wake up in the morning and talk, no matter the amount of propaganda they push against the PM, we are not people that will be trifled with. This particular set of people, as we did so, we are not a set of people that would wake up one morning and you would want to change everything as it is already. No, even at the moment as I'm talking to you right now, the PM is giving them woto on every single mistake they are making. We all know as how this their so-called Jagaban has left the correction of the country or the important changes that needs to be done, and instead what he has decided to do is to change the national anthem of the country. What will you call that kind of misplaced priority? Because I do not understand how your people will be suffering. Your people, the so-called people that you claim that you want to make things better for, will be suffering, and the only thing that you would tend to do is to go and change the national anthem. Who does it benefit? Who is going to benefit from that particular change? Instead, things are being hard for the people. Masses are dying, they are crying because everything has increased on a very high level ever since you became president. And that is one of the core reasons why we cannot be a set of people that would sit down and watch these things happen when we can be on our own. We have suffered for too long. We have been under this set of people for too long, and we are not going to let any single thing that these people do against us pull us down. No, we have decided to make sure that even at this point where the Biafra self-referendum voting has come to this extent of 30 million voters for it, my people, it is the biggest of it all, and we are not sliding back. We are not backsliding for any reason. We are not going back for any reason. The only thing that would make us happier is to keep going forward. My people, This is the main reason we are here. This is the only and main reason why we would continue to do the expected things we need to that needs to be done. And we are not slacking back. The PM, the Biafra Liberation Army, the Biafra Resistance Fighters, every single faction of the Biafra freedom, of the Biafra movement is working tirelessly to make sure that everything we do works the way it should actually work. And my people, we have a broadcast for you. I hope that you listen attentively to what the PM has to say. Yes, my people, listen. Thank you.
You are welcome, Ike Chuku. You are welcome, Obonna. You are welcome, Lolo Nama, Gozie BTV, Patricia, Obonna Obasi. You are welcome, Obunneme Ibokwe, not Joe Ibokwe, Obunneme. You are welcome, Diana. You are welcome, Christian, Tonex, Ezenwa Fidelis, Mwerongwe Umu Biafra. Mwerongwe Umu Biafra. You are welcome. Oh my goodness me. The great, you are welcome. The names are too many. The names keep popping up. The names keep coming thick and fast. Nwabugu, you are welcome. Nabugu, you are welcome. Gertrude, I can see you. Oh my goodness me, the names are too many, and of course we have to move immediately. Lisa, Elizabeth, Uchenna, Obinna Bros, Margaret, you are welcome. Ngolu Friday, Sunday K, you all are highly welcome to this very live broadcast. Please, if I do not call your name, I am very, very sorry. Kasarachi, you are welcome. Nikki, you are welcome. Antonia Weke, Joe Reggae, you all are welcome. Please, we have to continue. If I failed to mention your name, I am very, very sorry. For keep on commenting in one way or the other. I will bring your name to this. I will bring your comment to the screen, especially when your comment is catchy and so meaningful. All right, we have to move immediately without wasting any time. According to the title of this very live presentation, as you can see on your screen, our self-referendum has been recognized and endorsed by international body. Go say it, go now. We told you that Biafra...
They hope the water was never cold. They hope the weather was fucking good. I don't live off that hope shit.
It's coming. And this very year, 2024, this year, 2024, is a very significant year for all Biafrans. All. I said all Biafrans. Of course, I'm going to open the line very, very soon so that all Biafrans who wish to, make a contribution to this very topic will be able to call in and say one or two things very, very important, because I know that as I am happy this very moment, so as every other genuine Biafran listening to me right now is happy at the same time. This very 2024 is going to be very, very significant. And of course, now, without waste, I want to see more people here. Even though this is, as it stands right now, I can easily tell you that this platform is a new platform. As it stands right now, because this platform, we have not made use of this platform since February. Since February this year, we have not made use of this platform. So it is equally a brand new platform. So we have to continue immediately. We are still on the testing aspect of it, because we worked on it and we are testing it to see the performance, to see if we are going to continue with it or we will continue with our newly created platform, which is doing well at the same time. So let me bring this to your screen so that we read it and of course go straight into the analysis. All right. You can see this is the official and, of course, verified X handle of the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and this is what he has said this very evening. He said, breaking. The Organization of Emerging African States, OEAS, in resolution passed on 24th June, which was yesterday, 2024, has endorsed the Biafra self-referendum under the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BRGIE. The resolution will be made public after press briefing. The resolution of the Biafra self-referendum shall be considered binding under international law as a definite statement of the intentions and aspirations of the Biafran people. Let me read that again. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. If you haven't shared the broadcast, I don't know what you're waiting for. If you haven't liked it, I don't know. I wonder if you are with us. But I believe that anybody who is with us at this very point in time should be hitting the like and share button in order to make this very, gospel to go viral. Now, let me take this again because it's very, very, important. Now, the result of the Biafra self-referendum shall be considered binding under international law as a definite statement of the intentions and aspirations of the Biafran people. Now, that this very self-referendum, this Biafran self-referendum shall be considered binding under international law, shall be binding under international law as a definite statement, Wow. Of course, we all know the meaning of definite, definition, the definitive or whatever, as a definite statement. So, when you have that kind of strong word in between, it has actually explained it all. As a definitive statement, sorry, I've been making mistake. As a definitive statement of the intentions. I love that word that is in between, definitive. So no argument, it is sure. So, of the intentions and aspirations of the Biafran people. Intentions, what is our intention and our aspirations? Our intentions and aspirations is just to be free as a free people. Very simple. We all have one collective aspiration and intention, which is freedom. Only one. Over 70 to 80 million Biafran people worldwide have one intention and aspiration, as you can see during this ongoing self-referendum, whereby over 40 million Biafrans have voted already, and it's still counting. And this is just the second phase of the referendum. We have not gotten to the third phase, and the third phase and the first phase are always very, very critical. I'm going to explain it. The first phase is when a particular thing is being announced. When something is announced, it is new. I want you to follow. Just give me your attention, please. Very, very important. When something is announced, then it is new. It is very, very new and tantalizing. Everybody wants to get his or her own share, because this is a new idea and it is very, very calling. It is very, very tantalizing. So I want to have my own share. The first phase is always like that. Now, whether it has second phase, third phase, fourth phase, fifth phase, or whatever, any amount, the last phase, now be the cocoa. The last phase is always the how can I, the sherry. The sherry. The last phase is always a rush, because you don't want to miss out. That is the target. Your target to rush to vote is that, hey, time is running out, and you don't want to miss out. Time is running out, and you don't want to miss out. So second phase, as we have only 3 phases, first, second, and third. This second phase, in everything, not only in the referendum, in everything you do in life, if it's divided into 3 stages, second stage is always slow, because the people who voted in the beginning will have their own time during the second stage to do their own things. And other people who have not voted, who are still busy in one thing or the other, will be waiting, say, okay, we still have time. I'm going to do my own. I'm going to vote. We still have time. Yeah, I think it's ending. The third phase, they said the third phase is beginning from in August. They are starting the third stage in August. So this is June. Of course, I still have my time. You'll be waiting for that. You'll be waiting for the third phase, because you are still busy doing something. But once the third phase enter, boom, everybody in a hurry, in a rush. So we are expecting even higher amount of people, even higher number of people to come out and vote during the third phase of the self-referendum. So for the fact that you have between first and second stages, over 40 people have already voted. Now imagine what will happen before the end of the second phase and the beginning to the end of the third stage. Imagine what will happen. So now, and as we all can see, over these 40 million Biafrans that have voted already, the intentions and aspirations of these 40 plus million people that have voted already is only but one thing, which is freedom of Biafra. So now, that is what this statement is talking about. So then, hereby resolved, this 24th day of June 2024, OEAS, they said, there will be an emergency state of the Union press briefing with the BIAE international lawyer, Dr. Levy, and the Biafra Prime Minister, of course, Mazi Ekpa Njoku Otrizum Mangu 1. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. This is huge. This is really huge. This is very, very huge. Now, who are these let us see who are these. Who are these OEAS? Who are these OEAS? Let us see who are these OEAS. Organization for Organization of Emerging African States, OEAS. So who are these OEAS? Let us see who they are. First of all, this is their logo. The Organization of Emerging African States, OEAS. Okay. All right, let's continue. Let us keep searching. Who are these OEAS? I think we have to go to their website and check who they really are. Let's go to their website and check who they are. OEAS. If you have any idea of the OEAS, please let us know in the comment section, or of course let me drop the number. Let me drop the number on your screen so that those of you who would want to call in and make your contribution will be able to call and make your contribution. Very, very important. If you want to say anything as I'm making my research, you have every opportunity to call. The number is right there on your screen for you to call directly on WhatsApp, so you can of course make your contribution and tell us more. Now, this is the website of the Organization of Emerging African States. Organization of Emerging African States, they said about us. I'm not gonna read a lot. I just want us to see what they are up to, what they can do, and what is this organization all about. You can see this is about us. The OEAS is a NGO dedicated to freedom in Africa. NGO dedicated to freedom in Africa. Our principles are encompassed in the Washington Declaration of 2010. Our principles are encompassed in the Washington Declaration of 2010. This amazing document provides a roadmap for a free and prosperous Africa united in freedom. The OEAS is a registered non-profit corporation based in Washington, D.C., with a General Assembly of States planned for Juba, South Sudan. Then they say prospective member states and organizations seeking consultative status may contact us at our contact email address. Now, this is about OEAS, the Organization of Emerging African States. Now, what these organizations, of course, they are domiciled in Washington, D.C. So, what they do is to help and push the narrative, the desires, the aspirations of every people in Africa that want to be free from the colonial enslavement. That is what this organization is all about. As you can see here, they also made mention of Juba, South Sudan. So that is what they do. And of course, when they come out and recognize what you are doing, it is not going to end it's not going to end on top of their own table. They are not just there to recognize you. I still believe that there are still other things that they can offer. There are still other things they can do in terms of pushing your narrative to the world. As the Prime Minister of the BRGIE always say, and I quote, that our fight for freedom is multidimensional. It's multidimensional. As we fight on ground, we also fight diplomatically. Very, very important. Very, very important. Now, as if this is not enough, I have already made a record of these very, of this very news that I'm bringing right now to your screen. I have already recorded it during my pre-recorded broadcast this very evening, whereby LA Weekly is currently reporting the Biafran matters at the moment in the United States of America. Biafrans, a people in diaspora longing for a home to call their own. Longing for a home to call their own. For hundreds and even thousands of years, Africa has borne witness to huge moments in human history. Current scientific evidence points to Africa as the cradle of humankind, and why there is a debate on where exactly in Africa humans first emerged. The continent still plays a central role in the origin of the human race. Africa is also a land of turmoil, with the West and East African slave trade unleashing huge devastation on the continent people. Various colonial empires partitioned Africa among themselves. They partitioned Africa among themselves. Started with their meeting was it Berlin? Berlin, yes, Germany. In 18-something, they partitioned Africa at our own absence, without our consent. They divided our lands, they invaded us with guns and bullets in order to join us together. That is the chaos you have today in Africa. Now, they say, why the remaining local kingdoms waged war against each other, ethnic and religious conflict persists even in the post-colonial era. Now, let me bring you to this place. Let me bring you to this place. Yes. Look at here. They said, more than 50 years since the end of the Nigeria Civil War, the continuing ethno-religious tensions and underdevelopment in the region of Biafra, have resulted in a Biafran diaspora with millions of Biafrans leaving Nigeria for a better life overseas. In the United States alone, only in America, there are 4 million Biafrans. 4 million Biafrans. Do you know that there are some countries today, there are some nations today that are not even up to 4 million people? Are you aware that there are some countries today that are not up to 4 million people? Even in Europe, there are some countries that are not up to 4 million people in Europe. But we are talking about Biafrans, only the ones in America. Not all the American continent, not all the North American continent. We are talking about those in the USA, United States of America alone. The ones in Canada are not counted. The ones in other North American countries are not counted. Now, when you go to South America, South American continent, we are in millions over there. We are in millions. Now, if you bring Biafrans in Europe as a whole, including those in Britain, we are more than 15 million in Europe. Now, if you go to other African countries, all over African countries in Africa here, we have more than 20 to 30 million Biafrans outside, in Africa alone. I'm telling you. Because only Biafrans in South Africa, I don't know if there are more than this 4 million. I don't know. I'm serious. I'm serious about this. I don't know. I don't know how many there are. Now, let's continue. They say there are 4 million Biafrans in the USA alone, despite the country no longer existing for over 5 decades. The dream for an independent state still remains, with a Biafra Republic government in exile, BRGIE, declared in 2023, with Finland-based Simon Ekpa as its prime minister, along with 200 cabinet ministers and liaison offices in many different countries, especially those with significant Biafran populations. Back in Nigeria, Biafrans have been holding civil disobedience campaigns in protest. What are these civil disobedience campaigns we have been holding in Biafra land that the United States of America media outlet has recognized? That very civil disobedience, the number one of them all, if not the only one or the main one, is the sit at home that the enemies have been fighting so hard to stop. Are you paying attention? Somebody say Luxembourg is 600,000. Thank you. Let me bring it to the screen. That is what I'm saying. There are some countries, even in Europe, that are not up to 4 million. And somebody is telling me that Luxembourg is 6,000 people. And I learned, I read one thing. I don't know if it's a documentary or what. I don't know. They said that Luxembourg is is it the richest country in Europe? Or I don't know. There's something there. Is it the richest country or what? Something like that. Can you correct me, those of you that live in Europe? I saw something sometime in the past that said that Luxembourg is, so another person say Malta is 400,000. You see? And now,